everyone, and welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm Joyce Whitman with StampinScrapper.com. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I'm so glad you could join me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and start with a few announcements before we get going on our project. Tonight I am going to be working on our paper pumpkin from the June kit. And so I'm going to show you how to make the kit and also to give you additional cards that you can make with it. And project, I have a 3D project for you too. First thing I want to do is, July is a very exciting day, a month in Stampin' Up! World. Woo-hoo! I thought June was exciting with a new this beautiful catalog, but it even got better this month. So the first thing is that they have what they're calling, Stampin' Up! Calls bonus days. And what that is hi Carol, I'm so glad you could join me. What the bonus days is, for every $50 you spend in the catalog before shipping and taxes and all that, just in the product, you will get a $5 coupon code. And what that means is, so say you buy $100 worth, you're going to get $10 of coupon codes, and those codes are good in August, from August 1st through the 31st. So you buy some now, you save your coupon codes for August, and you get more then. How exciting is that? Whoop, 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 whoop. And also, you know how I have talked about my Stampin' team. I love my Joyful Butterflies. They are awesome. Carol's on here. She's one of my team members. But right now, Stampin' Up! Is offering from July 1st through the 31st, you will get an additional $30 in your kit. So usually it's $99. You get to pick any of these products that you want to make up to your $99. But this, you pay $99, but you get $125 in product. Well, right now, from July 1st to August 31st, you get to, you get $155 worth of product for $99. How awesome is that? You get to pick anything. Do you want stamps? Do you want paper? What would you like? You get to pick it. And also, there's one more thing. Woohoo! It gets even better. You will get a $10 coupon code too. So you're going to get like $40 additional to what already the best deal in the catalog. How cool is that? Then you can be a Joyful Butterfly. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. We have a good time, don't we, ladies? Hi, Pat. So glad you could join me. Also, our beautiful Stampin' storage. I didn't check out the page number in here. I apologize. I should have had that up. Excuse me. Our Stampin' storage is back. Yay! I actually was a little slow on this, and I did not order mine right away, and I should have. So I have been waiting for it to come back. Now I need to sit down and figure out exactly what I want. So you can get them for the blends. You can put your ink pads with your markers right next to them. How awesome is that? They have the bigger storage part where you can put in the little, they're called the half full cases. You can put them in, remember our wood cases? These are this normal skinny cases for our stamps go in. There's also the thicker ones that our wood ones came in where you can use this half size. And those they store here, perfect. Then you can also get this topper part here and store your ink pads in. Here you can put ribbon. You can do so many things. You can set it up any way you want because each of them, oops, I gotta move the catalog up. I don't know if you can see this because my camera's in the way. Shoot. Okay, so like this is one unit here. This is one unit. This is 2 units. So you can just adjust it the way you want it and set it up any way you want that fits your space. And that's what's really nice. Also, don't forget, if you love this paper pumpkin kit, you're going to love the next one even more because it's going to coordinate with 3 of our suites in the catalog. It's going to coordinate with the woven threads, the garden lane, and the come sail away. I'm excited about that one. I can't wait to get that. And also, don't forget my holiday extravaganza is coming up. August 1st is the deadline to register for that. If you have any questions or want more information, you can go to stampinscrapper.com and just look up search holiday extravaganza, and it'll bring it up, all that information for you. Okay, let's get going with our projects. Okay, so this is our paper pumpkin. This was the June one. I'm a week late because we were on vacation last week, but it has these adorable little cards. Look how cute these are. Oh my goodness, aren't those adorable? And you know what the best part of this is? It comes with this case, little pocket. You slide them in here and you can put them in your purse and they don't bend. They're perfect. But you know what's even better? Do you remember the 3x3? We had the 3x3 envelopes, and you cut your paper these are little ones I made a while ago. You cut your paper at 6 inches by 3 inches, and guess what? These fit in there too. I'm so excited. Look how nice those fit in there. Put them in your purse. They won't get damaged. I do this all the time. I have them in my purse, and sometimes they get wrinkled, and I'm like, oh no. But now I will have a beautiful case to put them in. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make these 4. I'll show you how to make these 4 up the way the kit says to make them. Then I'm going to show you alternative projects to make with them, because you know me, I can't stay within the boundaries. I have to keep changing. So let's go ahead. Oh, I wanted to show you what came in the kit. So in your kit, you would get 4. We got 4 of each one of these. Those are the 4 backgrounds. Then we got the envelopes, the twine, Coastal Cabana ink. These are the stamps. Aren't those beautiful? They say, may your day be better. My day is better because of you. Thank you. Thank you. It means so much. I cannot talk tonight. Just a little smile. This one is, you made my day special and you are amazing. And then you have Coral, the sand dollar, and the star. And then you get these vellum. You get the beautiful circle. We're going to be using that on a card. And we're going to be using the beautiful coral. You'll be able to see that better once we get it. I get it out. And then you get 2 sheets of these. You get just the palm tree, and then it has the sand and the palm trees. I got creative with those. And then you're going to get 2 sheets of the beautiful leaves. And then look at the glitter, shimmer, shine. Woo! So you get a sheet of that. And then you guys are not going to believe this. I was working on this yesterday because we didn't get back until late Friday night. So I just started working on my projects yesterday. And I didn't realize that there is the wood. See how it has a wood grain on it? And then there's a plain white one. I thought they were both wood grain. See? So the ones I'm making tonight, I'm going to change that. The samples are supposed to have both of those, but the ones I made, they have all wood grain, and then your glue dots. So, okay, let's close this up so we can get started, and let's create. Okay, so our first card, we are going to make this little guy right here. So let me take that envelopes out of the way. Set those there. Okay, so we're going to do our first one right here. This is the one that has, it looks like birch on it. So we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. And what I did a lot on my alternative cards is I cut these. I just cut this right off. But on this one, so this is the one we're going to make right here. We're going to work on this one. Let me put these off to the side here and put this right here so you can see which one we're looking at. So what we need here is we're going to need a palm tree. We need our vellum coral. See how pretty that is? And I'm going to show you a trick to do something fun with that too. And then we have our sand dollar. And then here is our sentiment. Now, I went ahead and I stamped all of the sentiments for all the cards that we're doing because I didn't think you wanted to sit here and watch me do that. So, but this one I wanted to show you how easy it is. So we need to use You Are Amazing. Now you get the little stamping spot, but I just go ahead because I'm working on so many. and I just get out my big ink pad of this. So this is the Coastal Cabana Ink Your Stamp. Remember, tap, tap, tap. Now line up your piece for your tab for your sentiment. You want to line it up on your grid paper so it's straight. Go straight down. 1, 2, 3, come up. And sometimes it sticks, and I just push it down, and it comes right off. And voila, there you go. This seems really far away today. Does that seem like that to you? I don't think I changed my camera, but I might have. I apologize. I'm afraid if I mess with it, it's going to mess it up on how it's set up. So I'll bring things up. So see how, oh, it's not, it is being really weird tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing with it a second, trying to get this, why it's not adjusting. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Now it focused. So there it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put on your tree. Now, it has the glue dots, the sheet of glue dots. I don't care to use those because I'm doing so many. I prefer to use the ones so that we have here. So what I do is, here it is, I take my pick tool. Gotta love that. And I use my glue dots. I put it down here on the bottom. And then I'll put it up here. Oops, let me move this up so you can see. See, it looks real light to me too. You know what I'm going to do? Here, what did I do with that? There it is. I'm going to put this under here, and maybe that will be helped to see it because everything's white on white. There. Now you can see better what I'm doing. Does that work better, everyone? So you can see. Okay, so now you can use glue dots on here. Again, to save time, I'm just using my snail adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on right in the middle. Whoops, stuck to me. Okay, you can see this glue dot. So I'm going to tuck it under a little bit. So we don't want to see that glue dot. So I'm just taking the sharp point of my Take Your Pick, and I am just pushing it under so you don't see that glue dot. There. Okay, so now to put on our coral, I just use a glue dot on the bottom. I go ahead and I put it on right here, and I love to use my tool to put it where I want it. Now, what I do is I lay this across it so that I can see where I want to put my sentiment, and then I'm going to put it in here. This is really, seems really high tonight. Okay, guys, I'm going to play with my camera for just a second. I want to try to bring it down some. Okay, I'm probably going to have to play here for just a minute because I don't like how, oops, move it a little bit. Whoops, I'm going the wrong direction. Let's move it up. There, is that better to see? I'll see. Okay, that was me blocking the light. There we go. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay, I think you can see a little bit better now. Is that better to see? Please let me know if it is or isn't. I can adjust it again. That seems to be a little bit better. Okay, so then I want to kind of, again, put this here so I know where I want it. And again, I'm just using glue dots on the back of this. And there was no rhyme or reason where I put them. Whoops, you don't need a whole lot of them. They're sticking to my finger tonight. That one's being stubborn. Come on, get off. There. I just put a couple on them. Nothing real. Okay, so again, this is where I'm going to want to put this. And then, whoops, I want this up a little bit. So we'll go like this, more off to the side. There. And I just use snail on the back of my sentiment. Now, you could also use dimensionals on this if you wanted to. But I think you wouldn't get it because they'd be too raised up, you wouldn't get so many in your little pack container. What is it? Not finding the right word. Pouch. That's the word. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do one of the bows. Otherwise, I went ahead and pre-made the bows because, again, I didn't think you wanted to watch me make 5,000 bows. Okay, so this is my handy dandy bow maker. Love it. So I just go around here twice. Now, it says to take 12 inches of ribbon to make one bow. I'm going to tell you, you don't need that much. Now, I am doing a double bow here, and I'm still not using 12 inches because I don't care for the Baker twine by itself. Now, as a double or a triple bow, I like it, but not as a single bow. So I always change mine. And I just had my scissors. What did I just do with those? Up here there. Okay, so we're going to cut this off. And I keep mine on the string until I'm done, and that way you also save string that way, or thread. So we're going to use a glue dot again. Now, when I'm putting on a bow this thin with the linen thread, I fold my dimensional in half. I'm going to stick it right there. And there we go. And then sometimes you need to trim it if you want. I just kind of push it up a little bit so it doesn't show. And there's your first one. Yay! Okay, on to our next one. Let me set these. I have lots of things out today to work on projects with you guys. And so I'm running out of room of where to put things. Okay, our next one we're going to do is this one. Let's do this one. I kind of have things in an order on the side here, so. Okay, this one we're going to do this one. It's just called Just a Little Smile. Cute. And I love this. How pretty is that? It's vellum. It is so pretty. So again, just fold this little card in half. Okay. Now, vellum sometimes is hard to attach, especially since you don't want to see the glue through it. So one way, if you needed to glue down the whole thing, you could put, take a sponge and I put liquid glue on the back of one of my blocks. Then I take my sponge and I tap it, and then I tap it all over the back of it. And when it dries, you don't see any of the glue. But for today, we're going to do something else. So I'm going to have it on here like about there. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across it with snail, because this is where I'm going to be putting my sentiment. So you're not going to see that tape because my sentiment is going to cover it up. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Make sure it's centered. Tap it down. Now for this one, like I said, I already went ahead and I stamped it. And I made some bows already. Oops. And then we just have these two pieces. So what, again, I'm doing is I'm putting this here. Now, that tape, that snail is coming through here. So if you just lightly lay this on here, guess what? It's going to stay in place. So I'm going to put this on first. I'm just going to use a glue dot in the middle because you don't need to make this one, it's going to be covered up with the green here. So again, you don't have to be picky about where you put the glue dot. I want to put that like right. Oh, goodness. Just going to stick it in like that. And then the green, I'm also going to put a glue dot on the bottom because my sentiment is going to cover that up in my bow. So again, I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to put my sentiment right here. It's sticking to me. And then I'm just going to tuck this in. I want it to go about right there. There we go. Now, again, I'll put snail on the back of this. Okay, and a glue dot. Again, I will fold it in half. And I'm going to put that right here. Oops. And just stick this on there. There we go. Okay. I should put that up a little bit higher. Let's see here. What's nice is if you gradually take the glue dot off, you can move them. But you got to do it gentle. Okay. There we go. I want to trim these a little bit. They're a little too long. And a lot of times I will trim my tails of my bows once I get them on the card, because then I can tell what it'll look like. Okay. So having a hot flash, sweatshirt's coming off. Okay, so there we have that one's done. Voila! Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to make this one. It says, "My day is better because of you." Now this one is a fun one because of how it's already attached, and you can line up that side on the end. So again, start with your bone folder, increase your score line. Now, for this one, let me bring out what we're going to do. We're going to make this one right here. I went ahead and I did snail on most of this. I did not use the glue dots. I just put snail all over it, just little pieces. I did not want all of my, what are they called? The leaves, the branches. I didn't want all of them that is secured really tight because I wanted a little bit movement in it. So like this one's not down. So when they move it, it lifts up. Hi, Diana. Thank you for joining me. So then we're going to go ahead and look how nice that lines up. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this and I think one or two other cards, and you'll see different things you can do with that. So again, glue dot. You got to love our glue dots. And this one, I just kind of stuck in here. There was really no rhyme or reason where I was putting it. The same thing with the star. I just stuck it, whoa, and it goes flying. I don't even think the glue dot stuck. It did not. Let's try this again. Okay. So, again, I'm going to lay this across kind of where I want it so I know where to put it. And so I'm going to bring it, and I want that about right there. I'm going to put this like this. Okay. I use adhesive again on my sentiment. Like I said, I was just trying to get it done quicker, and so that is why I use my snail. But if you don't have your snail, please use the glue dots that come in the kit. And my bow just kind of sits right here. And there you go. Now, one thing I noticed, see how it's going over like that? Well, I don't like that. I don't want it over the side of the card, so I'm gradually going to take this off again. I'm going to move it, and I'm just turning it a little bit. There we go. Bring these down. We're going to trim these a little. They're too long. And there you go. And there's your other card. So let's do one more card and see how quickly these go. They go very fast, which is really nice. Okay, so on this one, we're going to do the coral first. So I want this to go, oh, that looks good. So we're going to go ahead and put glue down on the coral. Oops, gonna lift up. All right, get this. So this is where the glue dot goes. Put that one there. We're going to do our green one next. This one. And then last, our sand hour. Now this sand dollar, I do try to get it in the bigger, whoops, in the bigger spots so that it's not, because some of it is showing, so that it doesn't show the blue dot. But if it does show a little bit, then what I'll do is before I put it on, I come in here and I just bend it back over on itself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Now this is pretty thick because you have all of these. And I noticed when I did this one, I don't think I don't know if you can see that in there. Okay, see how flat this is and how this is sticking up? I really don't care for that. So I'm going to do something a little different on this one. I'm going to put snail on this end because that's already high. And I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the other end. And I think that will make it level so it doesn't look so weird. Oops. Let's try it and see if it works. There, much better. Now it's even. See how even it is? Can you see that? Looks much better, like that. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we got to add our bow. Get our glue dot. That bow is going to go right here. Put it there. I think I'm just going to, oh, let's cut it just a little bit. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for joining me tonight. Okay, rip that off. Okay, so here are the ones that, the way the kit is made. So we have those two, and we have these, and these, just a little smile, and there you go. And then it comes with the beautiful envelopes that you can put in there, and then all of these will fit in your beautiful pouch. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. I'm not putting them in the envelopes right now because I'm just showing you. But you can just stick them in there, wrap this around here, and voila, this can go in your purse and you're ready to go. How nice is that? Okay, so that is how to make the kit. Now, let's have fun. Let's see what else can we do with this kit. Okay, so let me get my stuff out of the way. The first card we're going to make, we are going to be making, and I was trying to be very organized and get all of this stuff out and ready to go, and bags, so I knew what I was doing. Okay, this is the card we're going to be making. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for sharing. Yay, Michigan. Woohoo. Okay, this is the card we're going to be making, and I don't know, can I turn? Oh, see here you can see the waves in it. I use the High Seas embossing folder. Now, when you use this embossing folder, I went ahead and already did the cutting, so we don't have to watch me do that. You want to put it in this way. The first time I was looking, I'll put my card in. My waves were going the wrong direction. So make sure you pay attention to that, the way your waves are going. And then I also used the stitch nestled labels, and I believe I used this size right here. Yep, I did. And don't throw away the inside because we're going to be using that on another card. So don't throw that away, just put it off to the side. So we can put this off to the side. There we go. Okay, so what you're going to need is, now this time I used, instead of the Coastal Cabana, I used Bermuda Bay. And for some reason on my computer, this looks blue. I don't know why it looks blue. It is not blue. It is Bermuda Bay. Kind of has a deep teal, I guess is what I would call it. Okay. So this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. This piece is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to, for the inside of your card, you're going to have a 4 by 5 1/4. we're going to use one of the cards. Now remember I told you how I cut them? Do I have one of these out? I don't have one of that design out, but it's like this, and I just took my trimmer and just cut it off here. But don't throw away these pieces because I'm going to show you what you can do with them when we're working on our projects. You're going to use those. So let's set this here so you can see what we're making, and let's get creating. All right. So what I'm going to do is I like to do my stamping first. So on the inside of my card, I'm going to use the star, the sand dollar, and the coral. Now, do you see how these are lighter? I did crumb cake, but they're lighter. So remember I had cut off the part of this piece here? Well, it's right here. This is the other part of the card. So guess what? This is going to be my paper for stamping off. So I just set it up. I got too much stuff. Like I told you, I got lots of stuff lying around here tonight. I just leave it right there so I can stamp. So I want to do my, I did my crumb cake first. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to use my sand dollar, and I don't want it full strength because watch how dark it would be. Okay, moving my camera, really. There you go. See how dark that is? That's too dark. But if we stamp off, look how nice that is. It's nice and light, like this, the sand color. So go ahead, and I did it again. I just stamped it off, and I put it up over here on the side. Just made sure they did not touch. Then I did, however, use the Bermuda Bay. I did not get that. Did I use Bermuda Bay? I think that's Costa Cabana. I think that is Costa Cabana. Well, we'll try it on here first, and I'll let you know. It's Costa Cabana. And then I just stamped that full strength. Now, my Costa Cabana is very wet. My ink pad is, so I have to let that dry for just a little bit longer than normal because it is so wet. So I'm just going to set that off to the side for it to finish drying. Okay, so let's work on the front part. So what you're going to do here is you're going to lay this down here on here, and you're going to try to figure out, I just kind of lay mine on here so I kind of can see where I want it to be. That looks good. Now, this is where the liquid glue, I use liquid glue on this part because I want to be able to shift it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, now the tree right here gets tucked in there. The trunk of the tree does, it's tucked underneath here. So what I'm going to do is, I know this is where I want to put my tree. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm not going to put glue in that section. So I'm going to go all around it. You don't need a lot of the liquid glue because right now we're just attaching this to our bottom piece. Put it where we want. That looks good. Now I flip it over to make sure that it is straight. Play with it a little bit. That's one thing. Whoops, I got it glue on there. That is one thing that is nice about the liquid glue. You can move things around a little bit. I am making a hot mess here. Okay, so now this is going to be for my trunk. Remember, I did not put glue on this corner right here. So I can lift that up a little bit. And I'm going to take this and I'm just sticking it under there. And this is what it's going to look like off here. But I wanted this up a little bit. So I put a dimensional on the back of that one. I just stuck one right in the middle of the tree. There we go. Then what I did was I put a drop of liquid glue on the bottom of my tree right here so that it would stay in place. Just a little drop, not a whole lot. I lifted this up a little bit and stuck my tree in. Oh, I think I had it going a little bit straighter. Yeah. And there you go. And there's your tree. Now, I usually tell you stamp before you glue. I say it all the time in my classes. And then on this one, I added the sentiment last. And I was supposed to stamp that before I put it together. But again, we're going to stamp it again last. So I'm going to go in here. I'm using the Coastal Cabana again. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm lining it up. And what's nice with our silicone sheets, you can see through it. So I can line it up on my grid sheet. That looks good. 1, 2, 3. Come straight up. Yay, it worked. Woohoo, woohoo. Okay. And I'm one that I have to close my ink pads right away. Can't stand those open. So I want to add my coral. Again, just a glue dot. Nothing major. These are easy to put on. I just put it on the bottom. And I tucked it again because we don't have glue in that corner. I tucked it under. Oh, there you go. Just a little bit. Come on. There. Okay, so then I'm going to do my sand dollar and my star. Whoops. Now, when these come in, sometimes they have these little pieces that you got to take out. Okay. Now this one, that's right, because I remember it says I'm making it. I didn't want the glue dot to show because it's sticking out pretty far. So what I did was I took one of the I don't know, pointy parts, and that is where I put my glue dot. I put it on there. And then I put it down. So it's being held with that one glue dot, which is okay. It's plenty to hold this in place. And then I'm going to put like 3 type of, you know what? I used dimensionals on this one. I thought so. And what I did was, again, my mini dimensionals. Love these. Oh, this is okay. Now I remember what I did. Because it's real skinny here with the dimensionals, what I did was I took the edge of the mini dimensional and I just cut it real skinny, I guess is the right word. And I just put that down. So then you wouldn't see it. I think I put one right there. Whoops. No, not over that. My nail lady made my nails way too long this time. So that's another reason why I did my bows ahead of time, because trust me, on some of them I was struggling to get them made. They were too long. Okay. All right. Just peel off the backing. That on here. And voila. Okay, then for this, I used dimensionals on the back. One in the middle. Okay, now we're going to adhere that to the front of our card. Remember my trick, do the 3 sides. Push it down, line it up, perfect. This is dry now, so now we can put the inside of the card on. Stick that in here. And there you go. And there is your next card. Now, I also did that same stamping on my envelope too. Remember, don't send out a naked envelope. So we are done with that card. Let's go on to our next card. I do have a total, I believe, 5 or 6 cards in a 3D project, a little tree holder. So for this card, we're going to be using some different things. We're going to use the birds out of the Sailing Home set. Oops. We're going to use the little birds here. This is the only thing I use different than what was in the kit. I really wanted to try to make everything with the kit, but when I was designing this card, it just needed something little, and so the birds fit perfect, and also we're using the layering oval framelits. Again, I have cut everything out ahead of time. All my paper's out here. Okay. All right. So on this card, what I did was the base of this is 8.5 by 5.5 score at 4 1/4. Then this layer is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I didn't write these down. Okay, so this one's going to be 3.5 by 4 3/4, and this layer is 3 by 4 1/4. Now I will have all of these, all of the projects, all of the measurements I will have on my blog post on Wednesday. So you can check it out at stampinscrapper.com to get all the measurements. Okay, so this was a fun one to make. I was really playing with it, how to do it, do something different. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put down some of the layers ahead of time to get that out of the way. Do your scoring. Okay, so we're going to put our tan one down, our crumb cake. Put that on first. Then we're going to put our Coastal Cabana. Now the coordinating colors with this kit are Coastal Cabana, Crumb Cake, and Old Olive. Now for our next part, we're going to set this off to the side. All right. So what I wanted to give this dimension. So there's number one, you got the layers, and then I'm going to pop this layer here. Now, this comes a little bit tricky, but you can do it. So what I did was, let me get this through here. I stuck this, oh, there's 2 little spots here that didn't punch out. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this through here like this. So I want this over here like this. And I'm going to cover this up because you see how it's straight there? I don't want that showing, that straight part showing. So what I did was I moved it over as far as I could go over. Now, then I laid it on here. I kind of, whoops, line this up. Again, this is where your grid paper comes in handy. So I'm going to put that on there. And then what I'm going to do is, let me think, oh, no, let me go back a minute. What I did was I adhered this bottom piece right here. This I adhered down. So what I did was, so it wouldn't move, I just put a little bit of tape there and a little bit of tape there for right now. Is how I put that down. So I knew that's where I wanted my tree. That's right. So I'm going to lay this on here like this so I can see right where I'm going to stamp my birds. Because I added the birds later, so I had to lift this up and try to get them in there. So we want to do that this time before we do that. So we're going to use Memento ink. Ink up our birds. Now, I know I kind of want them right here. Like I want this one here, like right there. So what I'm going to do is keep my finger there, or eyeball it, and I'm going to put this like right here. There we go. Clean off my stamp. especially black ink. We don't want that on other things. Okay, and then we're going to go back and lay this on top of here. Oh, it went over this way. Okay, here we go. There. I stamped it. Okay, so we're going to play with it because I stamped it off a little weird. Okay, one of the birds is going to be hiding, and that's okay because you know what? You don't always see all of the bird. Boy, was I off on that when I did that one. But we will make it work. You can always 99% of the time make a card work. So this is where I'm going to put it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here. I'm going to put tape on the back of it. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, see, we got the silicone sheet, so we're good. I need to put this on first because of the dimensions. I am putting dimensional on this because I want this part propped up to give it a 3D look. So I am going to put a dimensional on these. And what I'll do is I'll also put them overlaying a little bit. So that's going to hold this into place because we did not adhere it really tight. But then when you do that, it really helps to hold that in place. Oops, come on. Thank you. In the corners. I have to think about how I did this. I have to tell you, my last one I designed at 1 o'clock this morning, so I'm sorry that I don't remember exactly what I did with each one. So I was trying to get these done for you guys. We didn't get back late until Friday night from vacation. And then we ended up moving my daughter home on Saturday. So it was a little crazy around my house this weekend. Okay, so now I'm going to play with exactly where do I want to, oops, stop for this. Okay, before I stick it down, I'm playing where I want to put that because I stamped it a little off. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Let's put it there. There we go. We made it work. Okay, now I'm going to stick it on here. Okay, I'm going to line it up. Remember, do your 3 sides. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put on our pieces. And you know what? Where did my thank you go? I don't see it. Okay, so let me get one out and we'll restamp it, not a problem. Did I use the wood one? Yep. I'm not sure where it went. Doesn't mean I won't use it again. So let's go ahead and restamp this. We're going to use the thank you so much because I send out a lot of thank you cards. So a lot of times you will see my cards will say thank you because when you order from me, I send out a thank you card every month to you for your order. So a lot of times I will use these cards so that you can get one and see it in person, how beautiful it is. They are, I should say, not is. Okay, so let's go back to this. Oops, let me bring this card back up so I can see it. Okay, so we're going to put our coral on again first. Then we're going to, this one, because of how it's sitting out, see how I don't have any part of it covered? This one, I use the liquid glue on, and I just put a dot on each tip. And it's just a tiny dot, nothing big. here. Okay, and then my sand dollar. Thank you. Okay, and I just used glue dots for this again. You will go through quite a few glue dots with these cards, this group of cards, but that's okay. Gotta love them. They're fast and easy. So then I just kind of put this one in the center. Let's put it on a little bit. Come on. Okay, it took a little bit of my paper off, so I just tucked it under, and it's going to be okay because I'm lowering it, so it doesn't, that one won't matter. Okay, so then for my sentiment, what I did on here, because I'm going over this, and this is already raised up, again, I'm going to put a dimensional, and I think I used the big ones. And I'm going to put one on each end, and I'm going to put it up here so you guys can see that. I'm putting it as close to the edge as I can, and I'm making sure that the straight line is on the edge because we want this over as far as I can get it. Okay. And then I do remember when I put it on, I took this end one here and I put it down and I pulled it so that it hooked. See how it's hooking there? So it hooked, and that's how I knew where I wanted it, but I want to come down, oops, just a little bit. Let's do it. That looks good. Then make sure it's straight. Again, we're going to put our bow on here, and this time I put my bow underneath it. Come on, fold in half. And then we're going to take our bow and put it right there. And voila, it's done. So there you have this card. Oops. I'm sorry, I'm off because I moved my camera and now I'm all off from where I need to put up things. So there you go. There's that card. And I did, on this card, I did the birds all across the back for that one. Okay, so that's that card. So next one. Okay. So remember I told you on the other one to save when we cut it out with the nestled stitched dies. I said save this piece right here. Well, that's why, because guess what? We're going to use it right here. And this time we are actually using the note cards. So this end, I used the subtle embossing folder on this one. And what I did was I embossed the Coastal Cabana piece with the subtle embossing folder. Okay, so I don't know if you're like me, but I need to put things away so I know where they're at because I have things everywhere and can I just get, Okay, so let's get things cleaned up here so we can do the next card. Okay, so here are my supplies. We're going to use our nestled. We're going to use another one of those with that on the edge, our star. I'll leave for, I guess that's what's called a branch maybe. Okay, look, here we go. And that. Okay, so these are our note cards. They're 3 by 5 note cards. I think that's what they are, 3.5 by 5, 3 by 5. Let's double check. They're 3.5 by 5. So I made this, the Coastal Cabana, the same size. So we're going to go start first with decorating this. So what I did, let me bring it out here. So what you're going to do with this one is you're going to put it on here. Oops, I'm not, hold on, I'm going to move my stuff up. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it so that the bottom of this is right on the tip because I want that to cover it up. So we're going to end up cutting part of this off. So, but what I did was I went ahead and I used snap. And I covered up most of it because it doesn't matter. You're going to be cutting off what you're not going to use, so that's okay. So I lined it up just so that's on the bottom. Covers that up. Oh, actually, I went over further, didn't I? I got more of that tree in there. Hold on, let's take it off. And when you want to take something off, remember, huff on it. Let me take it off here without tearing my paper. Come on. Okay, I might have to clean off some glue, but that's okay. So I ended up, I'm just looking how much of the tree I got in. I ended up going further. You know what I did? I lined it up. That's what I did. I used it. I did use the edge. So what I did was I made sure it was lined up here and lined up here. And then I pushed it down. Hey, all the glue's covered up. Yay! So then I'm going to turn it over. And now I have special scissors that I keep for just cutting out things with glue on them, because I don't want my good scissors to get glue on them. Come on. There. Okay, so now that is how I got that to fit perfect on there. Now I'm going to take my green piece, glue dot. I'm going to put that right along the edge here, going up. I'm going to just use the center of this one because we're going to cover it up, so it doesn't matter again. Maybe that's quite the size of this texture. Come on. Looks good. And then I believe, yeah, just glue dots. You know, I always laugh because if someone wanted to identify me, all they had to do was take apart one of my cards, and my fingerprints are all over them. I was just noticing there, when I stuck my finger on the glue dot, it left a big fingerprint on there. One more. Okay, so then we're going to put this one in here like this. And it does hang over a little bit, and that is okay. Not a problem. Just a little. Yeah. Okay. I like that sand dollar the way it's going. Let's turn it a little bit. There, I like that better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this with dimensionals. Now, wasn't that a fast card? That one was an easy peasy lemon squeezy card. Okay, before I adhere that on, I'm going to adhere this onto my card base. Sometimes I forget about these little note cards. I need to start using them more. Okay, then we're just going to adhere this. Oh my gosh, I never stamped it. Okay, so what we're going to do, I never stamped, we're going to take this one off because it's going to leave a bump. I'm going to try this and hopefully this works. What I'm doing is I'm taking off this dimensional and I'm going to take this one off. And the reason I'm taking these two off, okay, I think my nails will work better. The reason I'm taking these two off is because when I go to stamp, I need that center flat. So see, I need that flat. If I left that one on there, it would be really hard to stamp. We're going to use the You Are Amazing stamp. Okay, so how I'm lining this up to make sure it's straight is I am putting it, this point on a line and this point on the same line. Then I know that is straight. Whoops, I almost stamped it upside down. Could be one of that kind of my day today. And go down, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yay, it worked! Woohoo! Okay, save that card. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay, let's get this. We're going to flip it over and we're going to put 2 new dimensionals on there. And I stick them right back in the same spot. Like I said, you can, usually 99% of the time, save a card. Okay, let's get this card back. And we're going to put it down. And you know what I just noticed? There is glue on here. This is called a glue eraser. Stampin' Up! Used to sell these, but they don't anymore. You can get these on Amazon, I think is where I ordered it. But it just takes the glue right off. And there you go. And on this envelope, I did it all in Bermuda Bay. I did the sand dollar and the stars. Okay, so we're done with that one. Next one. We're getting there. We have this card, one more card, and then the 3D project. And oh my gosh, you guys, you're going to love the 3D project. It is so cute and so fast. Okay, so here's my pick. This is the card we're going to make. Look at this. How cute is that? Woo-hoo. Okay, so what we're going to do on this card is, this is cut at 11 by 4 1/4. You're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Then you're going to take it, this time, you're going to fold it in half like you always do. Just fold it in half, do your bone folder, and then you're going to bring that part back and fold it again. Perfect. And there you go. So now you're going to, and on my card on this one, I did again the sand dollar and the stars. Set that off to the side. I did, this is 4 by 5 1/4. I mean 4 by 5 1/4, and I used the high C's again. Now, I did not, for some reason, I thought I had it on my order for the plate, but I did not have it, so that will go on my order tonight. So I had to use a shim. And I have seen cards that show with the shim and then with the plate, it makes a big difference with the plate. So I need to get that so that I can show you guys how to use that. Okay, so here's all of our products. What we're going to use is, we're going to have a Whisper White at, let me make sure I tell you the right measurements. Okay, this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. This one is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. This one is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and that is in soft suede. And I'm going to show you, oh, I was like, why did I use this? I remember what I did with it now. And then this is, I cut one off. So, and we have a palm tree, dollar, sand dollar, the coral, and then our star. So what we're going to do first is, let's get our stamping done. So on this one, we're going to stamp right here. And it says, my day is better because of you. Now on this one, I used crumb cake for my ink. Okay, so line this up with our grid lines again to make sure it's straight. And I just kind of put it in this direction. I thought, well, that looks good, and I stamped it. There was no rhyme or reason of where I was putting it. I'm cleaning my stamps off each time with my lovely Simply Chamois but I can't stand how dirty it looks, so that's why it's off to the side. And then I put paper around in my case so that you can't see it, because I can't stand it because it's so dirty. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to put this on our bigger white piece. So go ahead and get that adhered to there. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to cut this. I'm going to, look how I did this. I want to cut that in half, so let's do that first. I forgot to do that one on us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just lining this up. Bring this in so you can see. I'm just lining this up in the track and cutting it off. Put it off to the side because that is a great piece for stamping off, which we are going to be doing on this card. So then what I did was I took my paper snips and I cut this section off. Now, I kept it because I want to make another card with it. I did not make another card to share with you this time. But I will probably come up with something to use this piece with. You don't want to throw this away, because we can use it for water somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, so we're going to just set that off to the side. So I want this piece, and that's what's right here. Whoops, bring my card down. That's what's right here on the bottom is this piece. So what I did was I just put tape on the top, and I should have done this before I adhered this. Shoot. Okay. Goodness, Joyce, you're not following your own directions very well, am I? Like I said, I'm so discombobulated today. My one daughter moved home, and my other one went back home to Texas this morning. So I am not thinking straight this evening. Okay, so I took this tip. See this line right here in the paper? I put the tip of it right along there, so I knew that's where I wanted it. I flipped it to make sure I was straight. I am. So then I just took scissors and I just cut it off. And don't throw it away, because I'm sure we could use this piece for something too. So now I can put this back on my white. There we go. Okay. Woo! All right, again, because this star I'm putting here, I want to go ahead and use the tips again with the glue, because you would see the glue dot on this. So I am just using liquid glue, and I just put a little dot on each corner and one in the middle. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to stick this right here. There's no rhyme or reason. I just stuck it on there. Okay, so now we're going to put the tree on. Now, oops, I'm missing. No, oh, I put the star on. Yeah, but I'm missing a green piece. Okay, what direction does my green piece need to go? Okay. Here we go. Got one right here. Okay. Sorry, I got glue all over me. Okay, I put a dimensional on the back of this because I wanted the tree to pop. So I only put one in the middle. And I laid it on here like this to where I wanted to put this. But I did not adhere the bottom yet, because I'm going to put some things behind it. So what I did was I went ahead and I put the top on, but not the bottom yet. I didn't adhere it with anything. So I'm going to put my coral in. I'm not sure if you can see the coral right here. I'm going to put it right there. I'm so excited about my next card in the little treat holder. Show you. Okay, so I'm going to put this, and I'm just going to tuck it under here because, again, we did not put anything on the bottom of that yet. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with the green. That's not good. At least I know it'll hold because it is very sticky. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tuck it under here. There we go. Now, this is when I put a glue dot under my tree trunk. Put it down. Okay. Then I did the same thing. I put the glue dots on the sand dollar. Oops. Oh. Stick. Thank you. Put it over here. Okay. We're going to put this one right on top, like this. There. And we put it right there. So this is done, but we're not going to adhere it to this yet. And the reason is because after I had this all put together, I decided this was too plain. So I went ahead and I added the stamping onto here after I had put it together. So I want to go ahead and do that before I put it together. On here, I just have one sand dollar. It's cracking me up how this is coming out blue on my computer. It looks blue. I'm not sure what it looks like on your computer, but on my computer it looks blue. So we're going to have this. We're going to have this thing to ink stamp off. We're going to be using our crumb cake again. And I'm going to use, so we're going to go here, bring this up, stamp off, and I'm just going to go in this corner. So we can take that off. Take that over there. Now, this is what I want to stamp. And I want to stamp all over this direction. So what I'm going to do is just lay that on there. Move over a little bit. And I'm using both. I'm using the star and the sand dollar. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just stamping wherever. Now with this one, I'm going to have this here. So I don't have to be really concerned with that corner. I mean with that section. You know what? Now I'm one that I switch back and forth between my stamps because I can tell better where I want to stamp it if I do that. I have a friend that just stamps randomly and then she fills in and it looks great. Lately, I have not been able to do that. Okay. Put this one over here. Oh, shoot! I did not stamp off. So we're going to have a real bright one there. Phooey. Phooey, phooey, phooey. Okay. I'm thinking here how I want to do this. It's going to be my sample card. This will be my sample card. Because I will, yes. Okay. Sugar. Okay. Stamp off, Joyce. Remember to stamp off. And I kept telling myself in my head too, don't forget to stamp off, stamp off. It makes me so mad I did that. Like I said, I'm just out of sorts tonight, aren't I? Oh, that's right. I don't want to go on this section, so I'm going to go like this and bend my card because I don't want it. Where's my stamp off? Okay. Flip that over because I don't want it to go on here. So that's why I stamped, flipped it like that to get the edge. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, that'll work. That will work. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this up. Get off our ink pads, because our stamps, because we don't want that to get onto another piece of our project. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this. Hi, Sue. How are you? I'm so glad you could join us. How is the Cherry Festival going up in Traverse City? One of these years I'll get back up there for it. I am from Traverse City, Michigan, the cherry capital of the world, and they have their big cherry festival this week. And you want to know what's something really funny? I'm definitely allergic to cherries, like so much that if you eat a cherry and you don't wash your hands and touch me, I'm immediately going to stop breathing. And so it's quite comical that I'm from the cherry capital of the world. Okay, so you want to put this piece on first, because it's easier to make sure that this piece lines up. So we want it to cover that piece up. So now to put this piece on, we're going to close this up, and then we're going to lay this over it. But one thing you want to do is only put tape here. You don't want to put tape on this side. You won't be able to open up your card. So I put my finger there, so I know from here over is where I can put my tape. Okay, so I lay this side down. The piece with the tape, I'm still lifting it up. I'm going to lay this down and put it down. And there you go. And there's your card. So hopefully, see, no one will see that because it's hidden under. Excuse me. So there's the next card. Woohoo! Okay, now I have a really fun card for you. Oh, I think I told you I went ahead and just did that in the crumb cake. So our next card. This is a fun card. I thought out of the box on this one. So we're going to use some different colors. We're going to use terracotta tile on this. We're going to use the marker. We're going to use the beautiful terracotta ribbon. And we are also using this. And you know what? I don't have my white piece of scrap paper for the sentiment. Let me go grab a piece of white paper. Thought I had one there. We'll just use this. It's big, but that's okay. It will work. All right. So what we're going to make is, oh, this card's so fun. Look at this. Isn't it cute? I made a wreath out of them. Voila. How cute is that? Okay, so what you're going to do with this one is, take this out. Okay. So here's the pretty ribbon that we're going to use. I've already got some cut here, but I wanted to show you. This is the terracotta 1/2-inch scalped ribbon. Beautiful. This is available in all of our ink colors. So we're going to use our base is going to be, whoops, no, don't fall. Need all your pieces. I also use the pine wood planks to give the crumb cake the look of a wood door. That's what I was trying to go here is a look of a door. So this piece is at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 again. Okay. Then I have Old Olive, so I wanted to bring that color in. So I'm just going to go ahead, yes, and I can adhere this one. Now this one is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. For the inside, I stamped with the coral, but I'm gonna, yes, because we're not gonna use that anymore. So let's go ahead and get that stamped, and we can get that put in. This is the beautiful terracotta tile, one of our new ink colors. And I'm just going to stamp that in the corner. And I did the same thing on the envelope. I just stamped it in the corner. Sorry, I needed to take a drink quick. I was getting a little hoarse here. Okay, so we're going to set this off to the side for it to dry just a second. Okay, we're going to put these off on the side because we're done with those. Let's work on this project. Okay, this is a fun project. Oh, here's my piece of scrap paper. I didn't see it. Okay, this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I ran it through my my embossing machine with the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. Okay, so these are going to come, the coral comes in a sheet of 4. You have 4 little ones here. So I put one coat already on this, but I wanted it darker. So I wanted to show you how I did it. Now, I will tell you from experience that this is easier to color these while they're still in this. The original ones, I tried to color those when I took them out of here, and it was a little difficult. So all you're going to do is take your marker, and I am coloring the front of these because I want that darker color on here. So I'm using the front, and I'm just going to go ahead and color these. And you don't have to be picky because we're going to punch them out, so you don't have to, be in the lines or anything. It doesn't matter. Now, you should do this in the beginning because you want to let it dry. This is going to take a little bit of time to dry, so we're going to just set that off to the side so I don't bump that. And I'm using the Stampin' Right terracotta tile marker to do that. Okay, so let's make our wreath. How I came up with this idea was I was looking for, that has ink on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, so we're just going to flip this so that ink doesn't get on my project. So I was online looking for ideas. This is one of those cards that I made at 12:30 this morning. I wanted something different. I wanted to do something that was totally out of the box, not the same. And I'm just scrolling on Pinterest like everybody else. And I saw a wreath on a door, and I thought, oh, how could I make that? Well, I came up with an idea on how to. You're going to take your vellum, the beautiful circle vellum, and that's the center of my wreath. Now, we're going to take these, and we're going to put them all around the side. See, they need to be turned this way. Now, these are all going this way, so I'm going to work backwards. The other ones were going the other way, but you can use them either way. So what I did was I started first at the bottom, and it doesn't matter where you start because there's no exact design. And I just took, my liquid glue, and I just put enough, come on, there we go, along the very edge, but just enough for one because I don't want it to get to dry on me. And you're actually going to curve this right along with that curve. See how it curves right around? Because it's already curved a little bit. It fits perfectly around there. Now, this is how I came up with it. This leaf right here, let me show you. See this leaf right here? That's where you're going to start the next one. So you're going to go at that point. So you're going to have 2 up here at the base of those 2. You're going to go, well, that's a little too much. So I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to start it right there and bring it all the way around the circle too. Okay, now I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to start it again at the exact same spot, and I'm going to go up again. And it takes 6 of these to go all the way around. Oops. Come on. There we go. I was trying to think who was upstairs because my husband's not here. Forgot my daughter moved back in. That's who's up there. I am so happy to have her home. I love having my girls with me. Emily went back to Texas, but I will see her in 8 weeks, and I'm excited about that. Okay, go around, do the exact same thing again. And then you're going to put your last one on. Now your last one will overlap it just a little bit more, but that's okay. Y'all know no wreath is perfect. And voila, you have a wreath. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, the sun's shining right in here. Hold on here. Sorry. Okay, I think I blocked it there. Okay, so look how pretty that is. Isn't that cool? Okay, so what I did then was I decorated it before I adhered it on here. I decorated the whole thing. So I knew I just picked a point. There was no rhyme or reason. Okay, that has a little extra on here. Let's put that on the bottom. We'll put it on the bottom. Okay, so I'm making that my bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this on here. I'm not adhering it, just laying it. Then I need my 2 stars. They're going to go like right here. Okay. All right, and now my coral. So I'm going to take my coral off. Let's get it off here. Okay, so we're going to take that off. Look how pretty they are. So what's really neat is you can actually make these any color. Oops, I almost threw that away. Don't throw that away. There's still 2 on there. You can make them any color you want. That's what is so cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue dots again. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. And we're going to put the next one on. Oops. I might need to move those a little closer together. I do. Those need to be closer together. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's take, whoops. This one. Again, you want to gently, I'm taking this up because I don't want to rip what's underneath it. Come on. I know you're hooked on there. Okay, so we're going to put these closer together like this. There we go. Okay. And I think, yep, I just use glue dots for these. In the center, I put a glue dot. And I just tucked these under these because I did not adhere the top, just the bottom is adhered. Oops. Ah, come on, lift up for me. There we go. So I just want to tuck this in here. Like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I apologize if this, I just looked at the time. This Facebook is going so long, I try not to make them go this long. Okay, and then I'm just using glue dots for this in the middle. Or not in the middle, I should say. I put them on the edge. They would stick. Okay, and I just stuck this on here like that. Come down just a little bit. Okay, now to adhere this, what I did was I put this on here where I wanted it to go. And usually you can use glue dots, you can use whatever you want to adhere your ribbon to it. So what I did was I just kind of put it, okay, that looks about where I want it on the paper, on my page. Okay, so that looks good. I'm just going to put it on here, and I just wrapped it around. So it is all stuck in my fingers, a faux glue. Okay. And that is so not centered. Oh my goodness, Joyce. Okay, hold on. We got to center this because my LCD is just not going to deal well with not being centered on my paper. There. That's better. Okay, so I just tighten it up here. Okay, so then what I did was, and I believe, yes, I used the mini dimensionals and I put them around the edges. So, and you want to put them kind of where you're not going to see them through the, so I know right up here on top, I can put one here. I did not put one through here and here just because I was afraid you were going to see them. And I didn't want to see the dimensionals in the back. I think that would take away from the beautiful wreath. Oops. I am all sticky. Okay. Now, yes, you can see this one through it, but that's okay because we are going to put our beautiful ribbon on there. I made a ribbon with the terracotta tile paper. Voila, pretty. Now, this card is thicker, so if you were going to mail this, you would have to pay extra to mail this card. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and adhere this on our card base. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. There, and I put one on the envelope too. Now, for this mine, what I did was I used the Old Olive ink, and I did just a smile. Oops, let me put this away. Right, clean that off. Okay, and we're going to use the classic label punch and punch that out. Gotta love punches. Okay, again, I'm using the mini dimensionals. And I put 3 on this one. I just centered that on here. And there you go. And there is your wreath. Voila! Okay, do you want a fast and easy little treat holder? I am telling you, this is so fast and easy, you're going to go, whoa! Okay, so I was sitting here. I'm like, oh, I want something different too, again. Look what I came up with. Does this look familiar? It's one of our envelopes. And what? A Ghirardelli that's perfect in the envelope. How cute is that? Okay, you want to see how fast this is to put together? take your envelope. You take a 1/4 inch by the same size as this envelope, which I do not remember what it was because I cut mine a little bit longer and then I just trimmed it once I had it on here. So I was not worried about this. Like I said, it was quite early this morning that I was finishing these. Or I must have already laid it on here and cut it off, but that's what I did last night. So we don't want anything sticking up. We're going to use our snail to put this on. Put your palm tree right here. Voila. Now you will need to cut off the edge of the bottom of your palm tree because it is a little bit long, not much. There we go. Now we are going to take a glue dot. One glue dot's all we need. I'm going to take that off. We're going to lay. You are amazing. Yes, you are. Okay, I'm getting slap happy. Okay, now I believe, yep, I just used snail adhesive. Voila. Put that across there. And you're going to take your cute little bow. I did a triple little bow this time. Same linen thread. And voila, you just made a treat holder. How easy lemon squeezy was that? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Trim your edges. I mean, not your edges. Trim your tails. Whoop, there we go. Fold this. Use your bone folder. Voila. Let's stick this in here. And you have an adorable treat holder. Now, if you wanted to close this, you could easily take your linen thread, wrap it around it, or you could put a glue dot back here. That would also hold it. So there is our last project. So let me show you all the fun projects that we made. I do want to tell you that I have used only, believe this or not, only the products from the first kit, because I buy 2 kits, one to play with, one to show you. I used all of the products. The only product that I had to get out of my second kit was, I believe, one of the trees I had to get. But otherwise, I did everything, all of these, duplicate out of one kit. So we have our 2 little treat holders. I'll try to get this all in there. We have our wreath card. We have our fun fold card. We have our note card. And we have this little card, thank you card here. And we have this card here. And then we have our 4 original cards that we made. That's what it's supposed to look like. Voila. Look how, I'm trying to get these all in here so you guys can see them. I'm running out of room. There we go. Whoops, hold on. Messed that up, sorry. We want this one and this one. Nope, this one and this one. There we go. Woohoo! And there we go. So we made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We made 20 projects out of one kit, and I still have tons of product left. This is what's left out of this. I still have these. I still have a couple trees left. I have vellum left. I have this left. I have this left. And guess what? I still have a whole sheet of these left with one missing. That's it. How cool is that? Oh my goodness. I wonder what else I'm going to come up with these. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the projects tonight. Again, everything will be on my blog on Wednesday. I will have measurements and pictures for you. And you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Please share this